Hi, so today I wanted to address some of the possible side effects of social isolation. Now, some of us may be experiencing symptoms of mental fatigue, an inability to focus or concentrate, a lack of motivation, low energy levels, disrupted sleeping patterns. The list can go on. So, there are some supplements that I can suggest that may be helpful in the short term to reduce or alleviate some of these symptoms. Okay, so we're going to start with an amino acid called L-theanine. And L-theanine is naturally found in green and black tea. And what L-theanine does for us is it helps to make us feel more relaxed but alert. So the best way to describe it is, if we're experienced in meditating for long periods of time and our mind is very clear and we can focus on a task for long periods of time. That's essentially what L-theanine can do for us. Now, at a therapeutic dose of about 250 milligrams, it can kick in about 30 minutes and it can last for up to 8 to 10 hours. So you can use L-theanine as a natural remedy occasionally or even on a regular basis to help to relax and clear your mind so you can focus and concentrate, and it won't make you feel drowsy. It's also non-habit forming, so you can use it for as long as you need to. The second amino acid I want to mention is an amino acid called L-tyrosine. And L-tyrosine comes in capsules or powder form. I would normally recommend the powder only because you can get a single dose in one scoop. But for some people, they're not used to doing powders, so it's readily available in capsule form as well. So the importance of L-tyrosine is that L-tyrosine is the amino acid that our adrenal glands need to manufacture adrenaline and dopamine. So our adrenal glands, the glands that sit on top of our kidneys, and those are our glands that just kind of in broad strokes are producing our stress hormone. And we don't want our adrenal glands to get tapped out. We want to have a good, healthy stress response. So important in the adrenal function, if we have a good, healthy dopamine level, then we're going to be feeling motivated. And dopamine also helps with our pleasure centers, so kind of happy and motivated. And making sure that we have a good balance of adrenaline production means that we have good balanced energy levels and that we're not feeling physically drained. All right, so that's L-tyrosine. And when we're under stress for long periods of time, we can tend to need a lot more L-tyrosine because our adrenal glands are working hard. Now, the next category are adaptogenic herbals. So adaptogenic herbals are basically herbs that help our bodies to adapt to stress. In other words, they help to remove the over response of stress. They help to balance our stress response. So what happens if we have an overreactive stress response is that we may be feeling a heightened sense of anxiety and kind of nervous energy, or if we're very, very tapped out, we're going to be feeling really drained and really tired. So what adaptogenic herbs do is they help our bodies to adapt to the stress response and respond to it appropriately and not overreact to it. So a couple of natural traditional herbals that I would suggest are ashwagandha, which is an Ayurvedic herbal. It's an ancient herb. Sometimes it's called Indian ginseng. There's Siberian ginseng, there's rhodiola. So you have a few options of herbals that you can use on a daily basis that will help to improve your body's stress response to a healthy level. Now, those herbals are things that you want to try and take consistently over time. They do tend to improve in function over time. So those are the ones that you want to kind of stick with over the long term. All right, now the last thing I'm going to mention is a B vitamin called vitamin B5. B as in Bob 5. It's also named pantethine, which is the biologically active name of it, or D-pantothenic acid. So vitamin B5 is the B vitamin that our body uses to manufacture these stress hormones. So it's very important that we have good, healthy B vitamin levels, and especially B5 during these times of long-term unremittent stress. All right, so those are going to be kind of feeding our adrenal glands, making sure that we have a good, healthy stress response. Now, the last herb I'm going to mention is a herb that I like recommending when people are exhibiting high levels of anxiety. So, not everybody experiences anxiety as their stress response, but in the case of people who do find that their anxiety levels are too high, in fact, that it may be interfering with their function or focus during the day, or even that the anxiety levels are too high so that they're having trouble falling into a healthy deep sleep, so their sleeping patterns are disrupted. So passionflower in a therapeutic dose can actually work within 30 minutes. So you can take a passionflower dose, and it comes in tableted form, and within 30 minutes it will begin working. So it'll kind of relax and calm, so it will bring the anxiety levels down. All right, so you can use it during the day, but again, I have to stress, especially if you have high anxiety, it will help to calm the anxiety down. If you don't, and you take passionflower and you're just kind of moderately anxious, you may feel drowsy during the day. So I also sometimes recommend that you take passionflower at night, because then that will help you to wind down at the end of your day so that you can go to sleep at a reasonable time. Okay, and you can have a nice, deep, healthy sleep. Now, passionflower is also not habit forming. You can use it as needed because, as I mentioned, it usually kicks in and starts working within 30 minutes of taking it. All right, so keep in mind that any of the recommendations that I'm making are with the understanding that you don't have any underlying health conditions and that you're not mixing these natural remedies with prescription drugs. If you have any other underlying health conditions, please check with your natural health practitioner before you decide whether it's appropriate to add in any of these remedies. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a line. If you found this video helpful, please consider clicking the like button and subscribe if you would like to continue to hear more about natural health and wellness and ways that you can improve your health and well-being using natural remedies and traditional remedies. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.